Salvē, Amike, and welcome. Today we're in John chapter 4, taking a look at verse 13. Here is our rubric, what we look for when we go through these things. Let's get started. Respondit Jesus et dixit ei, omnis qui bibit ex aqua haec, citeat iterum, qui autem biberet ex aqua quam ego dabo ei, non citeat in aeternum. There we go. And this shows us with responded that our direct discourse ended right there. This we saw previously, and again it could be present or it could be perfect. Taking a look at our Greek, it's going to be perfect again because it's apokrithe. And then the other way to tell is to take a look at the verbs in the descriptions around the direct discourse and see what's the most common tense there. And respondent was perfect previously, so it makes sense for it to be perfect again. And then John through Jerome has used dixit, and that's also perfect. So context could also have told us that. Jesus, still our subject. Jesus responded and said. Entering direct discourse. Oop, not entering direct discourse. Sorry. A again, data's singular. From is added. Now direct discourse. Said to her. Omnis qui bibit, there is our verb. We saw this before, no need to parse it again, it's just the perfect. Omnis, omne, so this is going to be a nominative, or technically genitive, singular, masculine, or feminine. Masculine is the generic, and looking through this, it doesn't look like we have specification. So masculine is what we'll go with there. And why nominative? Because qui is nominative, and then we need a subject. So we have a relative clause right there, qui bibit ex aqua haec, and then citiat is the verb of this main clause. Our relative clause ends with haec. So, looking at that, got another relative clause. Omnis is really the only option for subject, and it's not the right form to be the object of citat. And then there's nothing for it to own as a genitive. So those are all the reasons why we should take it as our subject to her. All, or everyone. Since omnis is singular, everyone's going to be right. Everyone, qui, is going to be nominative singular, masculine to match omnis. Who, oh, and qui tells us it's masculine, duh. Everyone who bibit, bibo, bibere. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. So, again, we need to check the Greek to figure out which tense is intended for bibit. Previously, for bibit, we had the perfect tense as the most likely. And here, looking at it again in verse 13, pinon. Here we have the present participle. And the present participle, all it really does is to give us the aspect of this relative clause, the whole pinon. So this is actually happening at the same time as the main verb of the clause. Tutu dipsese. That's going to be future. So then that throws a wrench in things. There's probably some rule for this that I don't know or don't remember. But at least in the Greek, pinon is happening at about the same time as dipses. And then if we take a look at citat, with the E right there, this is from citio, citire, so it's a fourth. The E is going to tell us that this is not a subjunctive, as one might initially suspect, but is instead future, as the Greek was future. So third, singular, future, active, indicative. Bibit is not a participle, so it doesn't have the aspect issue. Future is, of course, going to be after this no matter what. Who drink from this water will thirst. Who drinks from this water will thirst. It could go either way. Since the participle in Greek was present, then I'm also going to treat this one as a present. most likely, in my opinion. Who drinks X plus the ablative. We have right there, hic, hic, hoc, hoc from the feminine. Prepositional phrase ends right there, singular. From this water, as already said, will thirst. Will be parched, will be thirsty. Iterum, again. Qui, new relative clause right there. So this is going to be referring back to omnis again, so no need to parse it. Who, however, or but, biberit, here we have E-R-I-T, and we now enter two different options. E-R-I-T is the third person singular ending for both the future perfect indicative and for the pluperfect, not pluperfect, for the perfect subjunctive. Looking at this, we don't have any particles that tell us that we want a subjunctive. We've got indicative there and indicative there. So it could be, but whoever may have drunk from aqua, or but who will have drunk from water. Could go either way. I think probably the future perfect. This is another instance where we should check the Greek, but let's go ahead and take a look at it throughout. X plus the ablative. Aqua right there. Quam is wrong case, so prepositional phrase ends. Quam from qui, quae, quod. This is accusative, singular and feminine because of that am. Got a new clause with quam, ego. This is going to be, of course, first singular emphatic. Dabo, that O right there, first singular future active and indicative. A, which we've seen before, is just the dative. So, which I will give to him. Non sitiat in aeternum. We'll get to that one in a minute. With this other context on the other side, we have who drinks from this water will thirst again. However, who may have drunk from water which I will give to him. Or, who drinks from this water will thirst again. However, who will have drunk from the water which I will give to him. I still think future perfect is more likely, but you feel free to disagree with me. I will write them both down. Okay, that's my opinion. Non sitiat, which we saw right there, no need to parse it again, will thirst, be parched, not, I should say. Thirst will not be parched in prepositional phrase plus um right there. It's going to be accusative, singular. Aeternum, aeterni, yep, neuter. Into forever. Or for eternity. So there we have that. Let's take a look at it in its own context. Make sure it actually makes sense. Jesus responded and said to her, "Everyone who drinks from this water will thirst again. However, who will have drunk from water which I myself will give to him will not thirst into forever." And we don't know if the quote ends right there, so we'll have to figure that out next one. Now let's take a look at it from verse 7. Woman comes down from Samaria to draw water. Jesus says to her, "Give to me to drink." for his disciples had gone away into city in order that they might buy food. Therefore a woman says to him, that Samaritan one, How do you, although you are a Jew, ask earnestly from me to drink, who am a woman, a Samaritan one? For Jews do not associate with Samaritans. Jesus responded and said to her, If you knew gift of God and who it is who says to you, Give to me to drink, you perhaps yourself would ask from him, and he would give to you living water. Woman says to him, Lord, you do not indeed have something which you may draw, and well is deep. From where, therefore, are you having living water? Surely you are not greater than our father Jacob, who gave to us well and himself drank from it, and his sons and his flocks? Jesus responded and said to her, Everyone who drinks from this water will be parched again. But who will have drunk from water which I myself will give to him will not be parched into forever. There we have it. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope taking a look at this has been helpful for you, and I hope that you have a very good day. Wally.
What? You're still awake? Why are you still here then? You should be reading a book. Or if not reading, you should watch one of these other videos. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next week.